This is Lance. How you doing? I am at my registered agent that I like to go to because I get cases there every day. 3 cases. We've got one for Airbnb, Southwest Airlines, and Microsoft Corporation. And so those are 3 cases. One's a deposition subpoena, another is a civil subpoena, and another is a civil subpoena for production of records. So we're getting ready to serve 3 sets of documents to 1 location. And so what I'll do is I will respond to comments kind of in between and everything like that. But this is what I like doing is registered agents. It's easy. Walk in, drop it off, and leave. But we might have some people in here that are new. So basically what a process server does is we deliver legal papers to businesses, people, and government agencies. And that is technically called service of process. And what you're basically doing is notifying the other party that they're involved in some kind of legal proceeding, which could be they're being sued or they're being subpoenaed. And you're sued means they're a party of the lawsuit, or subpoenaed where they're wanting either their testimony or documentation. So I get people contacting me from my information on my website to serve documents to this specific location. It's a registered agent here in Sacramento. It's called Corporation Service Company, doing business as CSC Lawyers Incorporating Service. They're located at 2710 Gateway Oaks Drive, Suite 150N. I make 80% of my serves go to this location. Now, I do serve people. Like I've got to serve a doctor who is involved in a civil subpoena as well. But he's probably at work, so I'm going to go this weekend to serve a doctor. But most of the things that I serve is this corporation service company because it's super simple. I mean, literally, I walk in, drop it off, and leave, and write down their name, and then I'm done. And so I've got 3 today. And each one pays me $125. That's what I charge for this 1 trip per case. When I'm saying per case, I'm talking about per proof of service form, because some clients hire me, they have more more than 1 case being served at the same time. And so I charge per proof of service form. Now, if you have multiple cases, I'll give you a little discount. I'll charge $75 per proof of service form, but just for 1, it's $125. So where is everybody from that's watching? Where are you guys from? Let's see here. We got BBG Process Server. Hello. We got London. We got Orange County on board. Okay. Orange County's on board. Okay. So we got a few people watching here. And so for all you who don't know, my name is Lance Casey. I'm a Sacramento private investigator and process server. I've been serving documents since 2001. I used to be a police officer. I left the force and started working for criminal defense attorneys. And, part of the cases was interviewing witnesses, doing crime scenes, gathering evidence, testifying in court, going visit people in jail. And then every now and then the attorneys would have me go serve subpoenas to get witnesses to come to court. And so I was okay, so I'd go serve a subpoena. So that's how I got started serving documents, was serving subpoenas for criminal defense attorneys to get them to come to court. Okay, so that's how I got started. And then once I started doing that, I was like, okay, well, let me start marketing my business to serve more subpoenas. So what I ended up doing is I would go to these small, now this is a key. This is how I used to get businesses serving without having to do advertising. I just created the business myself. I would go to my local small claims court here in Sacramento, the Carroll Justice Center. And then you go to the small claims unlawful detainer clerk's office, and they have computers in the lobby where you can research the cases and look at the actual documents that are filed. In California, the small claims court case is a SC 100, plaintiff's claim in order to go to small claims court. So you could literally type in a case number or a party's name and pull up the case, and then you could see the actual document. And so what I would do is I would get the most recent cases that were filed, and I would go to page 2, which is has the plaintiff's name and the defendant's name. And I would take a picture of the page 2 of the plaintiff's name, address, and phone number. And I would do that for about a week's worth of cases. And I would log the last case number. And then I would go downstairs into the lobby and I would call the plaintiffs on the phone and send them a text. And I says, hey, I'm a process server. I'm here at the small claims courthouse. And I see that you filed a small claims action. Do you have any questions about serving your small claims case? I wouldn't just ask, hey, do you need to hire me? I would say, do you have any questions? And then they would open up to me and says, and says, well, I'm going to the sheriff's, or I just went to the sheriff and hired them, or I'm looking for somebody. And I would get 2-3 cases a day by doing that, going down to the small claims court, pulling the most recent files, and then calling on the phone. And there was several times where I would do this, and literally the person I would call would just have left the courthouse and they were in the parking lot. And they'd come back in and hire me. They'd give me their documents and I'd give me the money and I would go serve their small claims case. So that's how I got started serving small claims cases. And then while I was doing the small claims research, I would see people were serving corporations and they would have a registered agent listed for the corporation. And I was like, well, what is that? And so what I would do, is I would go to the California Secretary of State's website and then search that company to see the registered agent. I found that Corporation Service Company doing business as CSC Lawyers was a registered agent for a lot of corporations. So I was like, okay, so I built some content online and I started making a few videos, and then I would get people to hire me to come serve this location. And, I'd get one every 2 or 3 weeks. I'd walk in with my one case and I would see other process servers going in with stacks like this. I was like, wow. That's like, and as long as it's not one case, that's multiple cases. They're getting a lot. And so I started specifically targeting marketing towards this location. And so that's what I did. I specifically targeted marketing towards this location online with YouTube videos, social media posts, articles on my website, build websites specifically for targeting this location. And that's how I was able to show up in the Google rankings when people were trying to serve this location. That's how I show up. And so if anybody was to go to Google right now and type in how to serve a subpoena to Airbnb, I guarantee you'll see my face. You'll see my websites and you'll see several videos that I make. Because every time I come out here, I make a video. When I'm doing this, I'll make a video. How to serve a subpoena to Airbnb. How to serve a subpoena to Southwest Airlines. I'll make a video, upload that into my YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media posts that I have. And so this is super simple. This is not going to somebody's house, having to go back 3 times, worrying about their dog, worrying that they're not going to open the door. None of that. This is a registered agent. And in Sacramento, there's like 9 registered agent locations that are just like this location. I haven't targeted them like I have this one, but the steps that I do, if I just repeat that with those other locations, I'll start getting those. I can do the exact same thing to get those locations as well. And so basically, what is a registered agent? Well, let's see the comments, see anything new first before we start talking about that. Okay, we got San Jose's in the house, Inyo County, Alabama. Okay, Oregon, Texas, J Street. Hey. Okay, fingerprinting is working on their business. Google My Business page. Okay, Jonathan's ordered a couple of my books. Okay, on the books, did you check your spam folder and your email folders? Because what it is, I email you a link to the PDF document on the website. So you have to check your spam or email. Otherwise, send me an email and I'll look into it tonight to send you the link. Because I don't send out the hard copy books. They're on the website. You can print them out when you get to the from the link on the website. And that's basically it. So kind of on the books, since we're talking about books, I wrote an ebook that I sell on my website, specifically teaching process servers how to market to make money serving registered agents. Okay, because that's what CSC Lawyers is a registered agent. And what a registered agent is it's a business or corporation that accepts service of process for corporations, LLCs. Why's my screen getting dark? Okay, but it's a business that accepts service of process for corporations, LLCs, partnerships. Because every entity in your state has to appoint someone or a business to accept service of process. So that's what a registered agent is. So the book I wrote teaches you how to market your business to get clients that hire you to serve registered agents. But you can use those same techniques not just for registered agents, but any location that gets service of process multiple times a day. So here's an example of a location that gets served multiple times a day: Department of Motor Vehicles. Because if you think about it, people are needing driving records for somebody that they're involved in an accident with. So they're getting subpoenas for multiple records every day. So you build content, you have websites around that topic, you make videos around that topic, you create content on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, all these things, and then you keep doing it every day because you got to be consistent, and then your websites will start showing up in the Google searches. Every day people call me to serve a registered agent, and they said they saw my video on YouTube. Every day. Because I post videos every day. And it's pretty simple. I do it from my cell phone. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So does anybody have any questions about registered agents, like how to find registered agents? Has anybody in here ever served a registered agent in their jurisdiction? And if you could do me a favor, like the video, share it if you can, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be notified of the additional videos that I upload. Okay. Central Point, he says yes, often. Okay. Which registered agent do you serve most, Central Point? Which registered agent do you serve most? Because Corporation Service Company is in every state. Every state has a corporation service company. So here's an example. Facebook, CT, and okay, you serve CT Corporation and CSC Lawyers. And so they're in every state as well. And so like Facebook, their registered agent is Corporation Service Company. That's their registered agent. So if somebody's filing a lawsuit in Oregon and they want to serve them in Oregon, you just go to the Secretary of State and run Facebook in their business search, and you'll find out that their registered agent is Corporation Service Company. And then they would be served in Oregon at the Corporation Service Company in Oregon. The same thing in Texas, same thing in all the states. So every state has registered agents. Now the hard part is finding those registered agents. But in my book, I give you over 100 registered agents already in the book, in the ebook. You get over 100 registered agents. Now in the video description, there's a link to the ebook in my video description. So if you want to get this ebook, how to market to make money serving registered agents. But every state has them. So in California, when you do a business search, you search by the business name, and then the results will give you the registered agent, and then the registered agent's address. So that's where you would go to serve documents to that specific business. So what I do is I'll get a business that I'm serving, like this is an Airbnb. So I'll make a video how to serve Airbnb at their registered agent, and I put the registered agent's a name and address in the video I'm talking about, and I also put it in the description. And then I also put it in the, I'll put the business I'm serving in the video tag, because every video has in YouTube you have tags. And so I'll put the video description. So like I'll have Airbnb as a tag, I'll have Corporation Service Company as a tag, I'll have CSC Lawyers as a tag. And then this is a secret. This is my bread and butter. When I'm building a website targeting a registered agent, I don't use the registered agent's name as my domain name, because you'll get a trademark violation. You can't do that. And how do I know? I know, because I got it. I did that with my first time. Showed up on page 1 the first day I posted it, and then 6 months later so I had to get rid of the website and shut it down. So this is what I do. I take the address that's listed on the Secretary of State's website, I copy that address, and then I'll paste it onto a note sheet, and then I will just take out the spaces, and that'll be my domain name. So, because when people go search for the registered agent, they usually just copy the information from the Secretary of State, paste it into Google, and then that's how they search to find out where that location is, and that's how I show up. So for corporate CSC Lawyers, my domain name is 2710 Gateway Oaks Drive, Suite 150N.info. That's my domain name. That website's on page 1. In addition to my other websites, I have multiple websites. I don't have just one. I have multiple websites that I post content on, and so I'll write articles and post the articles on the website as well. And basically, the article is how to serve documents to Airbnb, and then I'll put in the description. My name is Lance Casey. I am a Sacramento process server, and I'm hired on a day-to-day or every day to serve documents to Airbnb, whose registered agent is Corporation Service Company. Corporation Service Company is located at da-da-da-da-da-da. And I always put a disclaimer in there as well that says, I am not affiliated with Corporation Service Company. I'm a process server and I serve documents to them. That's how I'll put an article like that. And then I'll go to a different website and I'll write an article, but it'll be worded just a little different, but it'll be the same concept on there. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, some registered agents don't work there or never seem to be there available. That's true. That's true. But keep looking for more. Keep looking for more registered agents. I mean, you don't limit yourself to just one, because there's a lot of them, and you're just trying to find. Because sometimes a corporation will appoint a registered agent, like will be a person, like somebody that's worked within the company or their attorney. Well, that person may not be the registered agent for multiple entities. I target registered agents that are agents for multiple entities, and that's all they do. Like down in Glendale, California is CT Corporation. Up here in Sacramento, you have Cognicy Global, you have Paracorp, you have Sundoc Filings, you have Registered Agent Solutions. There's several of them. So targeting them, and then if you can figure out who their companies that they represent, and then you make videos about serving those companies at those locations. That's one of the keys to market your business to registered agents. Okay, are you posting the same articles on each website? Don't that hurt your SEO? I do not post the same article. I change the article content around so that it's different, because SEO is search engine optimization, and that's basically how Google will rank your website content to show up in the search results. So I change the article around. So the article will contain the same information, which is the company that I'm serving, the registered agent's full name, the registered agent's address. and then how to order, service, to process, and then that disclosure. But I'll change it around a little bit. And I do the same thing with the YouTube videos that I'm uploading, because I have multiple YouTube channels, and I'll make a video, upload it to one channel, and then I'll change the video around a little bit, upload it to a different channel, and change the video around a little bit, and upload it to a different channel. But it might be just this one video that I made, but I'll add different music to it. I'll put different text on the video, and I use Canva as the software that I use to edit the videos, and it allows me to add different text. And so YouTube knows that it's a different video, and so what'll happen is it'll change it. It doesn't give you the duplicate content violation and not allow it to go up. Okay, is there a way to do a registered agent search in reverse? Start with a town and see if there are any corporate agents in that town. It's hard to do that because it's not based on address. Okay, so one of the ways that you can find out is get a list of your businesses that are in your town, and then go to your Secretary of State's website and then do a business search on those businesses to see who they use as a registered agent. So that's one way to find some registered agents that may be in your town. There are some Secretary of State websites, I'm gonna have to put the list together, that actually allow you to search registered agents, and then it'll give you their addresses when you go through the list of registered agents. So it's kind of doing it backwards, but California doesn't do that. But if you go to that registered agent search and then find that state that does it, and then just get the list of registered agents, then you go to your state and search that, see if that registered agent is in your state. That's how you can find registered agents that might be in your state, and then you look at the address that's listed for that registered agent that's in your state. And so if everybody hasn't done it, if you could like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate it. Because my goal is to help as many people, with their process serving businesses, teaching them, who to serve, how to serve, and how to fill out the paperwork. And then once you got your process serving business, teaching you how to make the easy money, not working for the alphabet company and getting $15, $20 to serve, and now gas is $8 and $7 a gallon, and they're not going to give you a raise. And you can, how many of these do you need? If you can go to a registered agent every day, and you take multiple, and you're getting $100 each one, how many do you need a day? How many do you need a day? We're going to be taking 3, one for Airbnb, one for Southwest Airlines, and one for Microsoft. All in one trip. Take all of 2-3 minutes, walk in, leave it in, and then leave. And we're done. And so that's it. Let's see any new comment. Will any of the registered agents give a list of their clients? Doubt it, but need to ask. I don't think that you can do that type of a search. You may be able to, if you can find and I'm gonna look it up because it's a good thing to share this with you. If I can find the Secretary of State's website that actually will give you the list of registered agents without searching from the company backwards, but give you the list of registered agents, and then click on the registered agent, it may list all of their clients. It may list all of their clients. And if they listed all of their clients, well, guess what? Each one is a video. Each one is an article on your website. Literally. And so you'd have something to write about all the time, because that's how you get noticed by Google, is constantly posting information about serving that location. So each time I come here to this place, I post content. And that's why I get calls every day about serving this location. because I show up in the search results even before the company does. And Google puts my phone number up in the search results. And I get people arguing with me thinking that I'm CSC Low. Well, you have to be the agent. It shows it on the website, internet. Well, if you click through the page that's on there, you'll see. It'll say, do you need to serve documents to them? Yep. Do you need to serve documents to them? Okay, somebody here is saying, not sure if you had this issue in California, but I have noticed that some process serving companies are refusing to sign the sign-in sheet. Have you experienced this? Why would this happen? I don't know. I know the two places here that are pretty close to me, CSC Lawyers, their sign-in sheet is all online. They have it like a tablet where your first trip you enter your name, business address, and your email. And then when you show up the next time, you just enter your information. And basically you just enter your name and it says, is this you? You click yes. And then you just click submit and you're logged in there to show that you're actually showed up. Then Paracorp, you actually have to fill out a little sign-in sheet that you were there. And so I don't know why a process server wouldn't fill it out. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, what would be the point? You're still going to have to fill out a proof of service form. So that's part of the thing. So for those that don't know, that are thinking about becoming a process server, once you serve your documents, you have to complete a proof of service form. And that basically is a form that notifies the court that the documents are served, who accepted service, the date, time, and location where the documents were served. And so in California, depending on the form that you served, it has its own proof of service form that's for that form. So like a small claims, you fill out a small claims proof of service form. Like a domestic violence restraining order, you got to fill out a domestic violence restraining order proof of service form. And so, I have an online process server training course, and that's one of the topics that I go over in my training course for California, is to teach you the proper proof of service form to fill out when you are serving certain types of documents. That's part of it. Let's see what else came up here. Yeah. And so, registered agents is super simple. Super simple. I mean, and finding a location that gets served multiple times is the key. But sometimes you have to figure it out. And then once you figure it out, then you build your marketing material around it. Because I had a client, a process server who was getting started in another city, in another state, and they're like, where do I begin? And I says, well, first thing you got to do is pick your name, your business name. And then register with Google My Business, Yelp, Yellow Pages, and multiple other locations. And, part of that is, with Google My Business is they're going to send you a postcard, and then you have to enter a code from the postcard into their system so that you can activate your account. And sometimes they might suspend it or say it doesn't work. And that helps you show up in the Google 3-pack, which is the map, when somebody searches for process server in a certain city. So that's where you would sign up to do that. And that's Google My Business. And so that's where I tell them, look, that's where the first thing you want to do is get you a business address that'll be accepted by Google My Business. And so you don't want it to be your home. I wouldn't use my home address. So I have virtual offices that I go to, or I use like a mailbox, etc., with a PO box kind of thing. And then I'll have the postcard sent there. And then as long as they verify it, then I'll go enter that information in Yelp, Yellow Pages, and as many other directories that I can get it listed. And your directories, you want the business name, business address, business phone number to match all through everything. You want them all to match. And that helps your showing up in the local search results. And that's one of the things is you want to find as many business directories that you can, like, you know, ServeNow, I mean, wherever you can list your business for your process serving business, you want to go there. I even created some process server directories myself, because not only do I put my businesses in there, I allow you to post yours in there as well. Some are paid, some are free, but you want to put your directory listing as many places as you can. And I use Fiverr to pay somebody to actually create 50 to 100 directory listings. It's like $50. I mean, you can't beat that. And they give you the login information, and you just, you know, and it's super, and then basically they'll do it for you. And so that helps your local listing show up. Okay. But see, my specialty is I've been doing this for so long, and I still don't show up on page 1 of the local listings for Process Server Sacramento. I'm in like result 5 or 6, not the top 3. And everything I've done to try to get it to rank up that high, I can't rank that high. But other small towns, or you might be able to do it. Is anybody here listed in Google My Business on the page 1? You can Google My Business listing, because I can't get mine to show up in page 1. Everything I've done SEO wise won't show up. So that's why I target locations. I show up on locations, but I don't show up for the Google My Business listings. I'm not knocking it, because people that get that, they get calls all the time from that. But I get my calls from YouTube, from okay. See, Tim says he gets it. It's a dream. It is, because literally you show up, you're right there. People are calling you. They're calling you, and because the whole goal is to get that phone to ring. I target locations with these registered agents to offset not being in the 3-pack. I don't even really work on trying to get my stuff on that 3-pack anymore. I focus on building the videos and the content to get these easy show up, drop off 3, 4, 5 at a time, and I'm done. Okay, just ordered your hard copy book, How to Make Money for Process Service. Just checking. Okay, Will, you'll get an email that the book isn't hard copy. It's a PDF. So you'll get an email, and you should check your spam folder. You'll get an email link where you can download the book and print it. I haven't sent it off to have it printed or anything, so it's not a hard copy. But if you don't get it, just send me an email, info@lancecasey.com. It's LANCECASEY.com, and I'll look into it to make sure that the book was emailed to you. Both the link to the PDF document, because it's a link to a PDF document, because it's on my website. Because that's one of the things is, the more you get people go to your website, interact with your website, the better ranking it'll be. That's why I like people go to my website and get stuff, or watch videos on my website, take my courses on my website, and that's how it'll be. Now, on my websites, when I build a website, I create a contact form, so that when people want to order my services, they fill out this contact form, and then the information from the form is emailed to me, and I take that information and submit an invoice for payment to the client. So I use Gravity Forms as my contact form. Does anybody have a contact form that they use on their websites? I use Gravity Forms. And the information that they fill out is the exact same information that I use for my process server software that I use. I use Serve Manager as my process server software. So process server software, you need the client name, phone number, you need the case number, you need the plaintiff, the defendant, the court name, the court address, the recipient, the recipiency address, the name of the list of the documents. So those are all the forms that are the fields that are on my contact form on my website. And then I just copy and paste it onto Serve Manager to help create the job in Serve Manager. And then once the job is in Serve Manager, then all I do is go to my phone and it'll be on there, and it's pretty simple. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. It's basically a web version, and it lists your jobs. So now it's asking me to log in. I guess I got to log in, and I'm not doing all that. But it basically gives a list of your jobs, and you click on the job, and if you needed to get a map to get there, it'll draw a map to get through Google Maps. And then once you're there, you log in your Serve, and it puts a GPS tag that shows that you were there. And then you also can take an image of it, because like sometimes you go to a house and nobody answers the door, so I'll take a picture of the house, and it'll attach it'll attach to the to the Serve itself. And then when I send it, when I submit it, it gets emailed to the client, and so they're notified. Because before I had that process service software, they were, if you got 10 of them to do a day, trying to keep track of who you're going to notify and all this other stuff, that's just a pain in the butt. I'd rather have it all in the system. Boom, boom, boom. I'm done. They get an email. They don't even call me to ask me what the status is, because it's, did you get the email? Oh, another thing is process servers. Do you record your serves? Do you record your serves? Are you using any kind of a body cam to record your serves? And the reason I'm asking is because I need some footage of serves that are not mine, but other people's serves. I need some footage of serves, because I was contacted by a production company who may want to do a show of process servers, and I've got a network of you. So if you have any footage of serves, let me know. Send me an email or something like that, and let me know, because I would like to be able to use some of that footage in putting together some videos for this production company. Yes. See any questions here? Yeah, Will, that's the $29 book. Yeah, that's the book. It's you don't get a hard copy. You get it's a PDF, and it's actually on the website. So if you check your spam folder, you should get the link automatically. Yeah, you should get the link automatically. Okay. All right, Tim. Have a good day. I'm about to go in here myself and wrap up this live. And so for all you just watching, I appreciate you watching. My name is Lance. I'm your Sacramento private investigator process server, and I help people become process servers with an online training program, and I make training videos to teach you the different steps of process serving. And the hardest part of process serving is the marketing part. That's the hardest part of the business, is the marketing. What do you got to do to get the clients? And that's what I specialize in. I only spend about a few, I only okay, well, if you can give me your email or send me an email so I can get your email. But yeah, because once I get off this live, those chats disappear. And so, but basically, the hardest part is finding those clients that you can market towards. That's the hardest part of the business, is finding the clients that'll get you the phone to ring. And I spend 80% of my time posting stuff online and 20% out here serving documents. Literally serving documents. This is my only one today, is these 3 today. And I got a doctor I have to serve this weekend, and then I got 2 of them going out on Tuesday, because Monday's a holiday. I got 2 of them coming here. I'm waiting to get the payment. I should have brought them today, but they didn't pay me in time, because I don't serve until I get paid. I don't serve until I get